work done. And of course, you talk about the fact that there are two types of roofing works done. The woodwork frame level, where because of the wood that has, for whatever reason, has not been well treated, whether well dried or whatever, they are crooked. So when you put the roofing sheet on it, it becomes problematic. And then you also talk about the fact that even in this day and age where people are using the trusses, when you put the sheets on it, it could still have leakages. And there are many people who are suffering this kind of a problem. Your concern is that we don't have the eye to be able to detect some of these things and fix them the way we ought to. So people come and do try and error. And so knows that Sonia Tenefa, the Hana is so good, and they'll do the work, and yet the problem is not solved. But you have a technology that you use in detecting where the leakage is, and then you fix it, and that's what you call the infrared. Yeah. Please talk to us about it.
Yeah, all right, David, thank you again this afternoon. Like I said, we are using infrared technology to do roof inspection. And we have two stages. We have the pre-installation and the post-installation stage. So the pre-installation stage is when we are talking about the wood frames and all that, to make sure that everything is accurate, they are not crooked and all that. And after that, then we talk about the post-installation where they put the sheets on. But we realize that there's so many defects, even when it comes to roof installation. Sometimes the installers are in a hurry just to leave the premises, or there could be some kind of, installation defects, and we have the ripple effect. I remember when I came here, when was that, David?
That was last, I think, was it Wednesday there about?
Yeah, Wednesday. So Thursday, I got a call from some beautiful lady to come and inspect their house for them.
Okay.
I went there, she complained they have had these roof leakages from day one. And anytime they bring all this kind of roofing guys, installers, they will just patch, and the next day they still have the effect. And I gave them a very interesting analysis of their roof. And I believe when I gave it to them, I told them that if you have any problem, just call me. We can discuss it. And since now, they have not called me. So they attest to the fact that whatever the data shows is not lying. Just like the vice president said, data, we have to follow the data and the science. They don't lie. This one is just not mixing things together. This one, we're using scientific approach to detecting your problem, just like going to a prophet to tell you,
But it depends on the prophet you go to.
Exactly.
And in this case, it depends on who you go to. And that's why you need to speak to someone like you, Hines Street, yeah?
Yeah, Hines Street.
Hines Street. So what is the advice you're going to give to people out there? Once the trusses work is done, the woodwork frame is done, they need to contact you. And again, after, the installation of the sheets, they can contact you. Is that what it is?
Yes. I will advise, if you are just beginning the construction or the installation, the pre-installation, I will advise that you do a pre-installation inspection. Because you never know. Like the last time you said, people can even sit on the trusses, they can bend. And these guys, sometimes the installers, they have a lot of, they put a lot of things under the carpet, sweep under the carpet. And they cannot even detect if there is some kind of defects on the trusses. So institutions, I know sometimes individual homeowners is very difficult, but are you thinking of peace of mind after the entire installation? Come for us. We have a very good discount. Yesterday I told them that, we are giving just 25%, 75% off, because I want people to appreciate the power of technology. Just 25%. And we will come and do this inspection for you. The trusses, the carcassing, and also the roofing sheet itself. Yeah.
And Kate, if you still have that picture he sent us the last time, yes, this was what I'm talking about. So this is how the infrared is used. And once this is on your roof, they can easily detect where the challenge is, where the problem is. And that's how they're able to detect where the problem is. So, where's the dying? Baby, watch it. Oh. What did you go to now today? We are shit. You understand? In Swatogo, so we are shit and Swatogo. So by the time you put on the roofing sheets, Frank, tell me this. Definitely, there's going to be a problem.
There will be some bends and defects on it, and this wood, depending on how it's treated, then you would have those defects. So there are some types of wood that are properly used when well treated can be fixed on. But definitely with rains and sunshine, there would be
more so they come and sit on the roofing. They'll be hammering it as well.
Many times that they put the wood on and leave it for years. I have seen many a time that they are waiting for the roofing or insulation to be done, and it takes quite a number of time. By that time, there will definitely be some defects. But so I believe that that's with wood. Okay, so he would have to explain to me how their system applies to that of the
trusses,
the aluminium truss, because I know even though it's lighter, depending on how the stances of the screws, it becomes a bit tough. So how does it also work? Do you really have to check, or even with that, the percentage of defect is quite on the low compared to that of the wood? So
I think he explained that the last time when I asked that question.
Okay.
And he said yes, because of the fact that those are aluminium, they are far better than the wood.
Okay.
And again, we get to protect our environment because we're not cutting the wood to use them for roofing works and stuff like that.
Okay.
But the challenge is that the transportation of the trusses at the time, so the packaging or the loading and the transportation, if care is not taken, because you and I know that some of the laborers, when they're going to site, so although it's been generated through the computer, if they sit on it or stand on it,
everything can at least change
I haven't said it the way it should be said.
Yeah.
So basically that's what it is.
Exactly.
But how are you able to fix it when you detect the challenge or the fault? Let's say either with the woodwork frame or with the trusses, how are you able to fix the problem?
Okay, so for instance, this project was at the Yendi, one of these government 12-unit classroom block. So that was for building and road research, CSR. So they advised that, they don't even want us to do the the post-installation. But the most important part is this stage. They want to check what is going on with the carcassonne. Because if they don't get it right, the whole thing is affected eventually. So we went there, and with the infrared cameras, we are able to detect that. Then we give them the reports. Then they will advise the carpenters to replace those purlins, which have gone bad. And so it's just about identifying the problem, replacing it, then we go ahead with the whole process, the rest of it.
All right, so once again, you would give us where we can find you. You give us some telephone number or numbers. But again, after all that, tell us what we should expect from you during the fair.
Yeah, David, I don't know if they have the video of the pictures of the one I sent this morning, which will show what really is happening on the roof.
This morning?
Yeah, this morning.
So then Eric help us. He says he sent some videos this morning. He sent some videos this morning. So if you have that, so he can speak to that very quickly. You don't have that what? Okay, I'm told we don't have it, unfortunately.
Okay. Because that will show you exactly what is going on the roof, which is very fascinating. But anyway, you can still call us on 0249 791065.
Okay.
The number again is 0249 0249791065. Anytime we can be of service to you.
But they are going to be with us for 3 days at the Kumasi City Mall for the 2021 edition of the Love FM, Insure FM, DBS Habitat Fair. Frank, you excited of what you've heard so far this afternoon?
Oh yes,
when we talk